this time. I hope you enjoy the flight. Have a nice watch.
Congratulations for this event, the first post-pandemic and a major event on the Balkans in the aviation this year. What were the challenges?
Well, there were a lot of challenges. First of all, because we had a 2-year stop, and it is quite difficult to restart to organize such a huge event. On the other hand, as you can see, the weather was not our friend this year, and we have forced to postpone the event from Saturday to Sunday. We were prepared for this, and we established from the first minute to have a day, an extra day dedicated for the event if the weather will be not good enough today.
What is the state of the Romanian aviation at present?
Well, the Romanian aviation is growing, so we restart to grow after the pandemic years. We had a black day, 14th of April 2020, when we had no passenger at Bucharest Henri Coandă Airport, the main airport of our company. The second one being this one, Baneasa Airport. And if we compare the traffic data for 2022 with the pandemic year, the best year in aviation, 2019, we are already at up to 95% comparing to this year. So it's growing quite well. The airport is already crowded, mainly at the peak hours, and we struggle to cope with the development of the traffic. Of course, on the other hand, we started the program for development of Bucharest Airport, meaning new terminal, new hangars, new platforms, and so on.
Is this the investment the state is going to make in Bucharest airports of 1.4 billion euros before privatizing?
Well, we don't discuss now about privatizing, and on the other hand, there is no state investment in the airport. All the investment is made by ourselves. I mean, the company acts more or less like a private company. So the investment is made by our funds, and the state just helped us to expropriate the necessary land for extension of the airport platform.
What are the perspectives for Baneasa for attracting low-cost airlines?
Baneasa was refurbished and modernized in the last 2 years. Now it's ready to start to operate not only for general aviation and business planes and all kind of other planes and helicopters, but for commercial traffic. Even if the capacity is not huge, I mean, is 250 passengers per hour on each flow, I mean arrivals and departures, we can operate here a big plane every hour, which means we can grow up to 1 million passengers without any other trouble. We can operate 1 million passengers, meaning that that will be profitable after the first year we reach this traffic level.
Do you have negotiations with some operators?
Sure, we negotiate with several operators. We had a small issue which is solved now. I mean, it was a huge difference between charges for domestic traffic at Baneasa comparing to Otopen Airport, to Henri Coandă Airport. Starting January 1st next year, the charges will be more or less the same. I mean, for the companies having a quite significant traffic, they will have some discounts, and they will be encouraged to come to operate at Baneasa.
Pilots say that the runways of Otopeni and Baneasa differ by only 1 grade.
Yes, it's not 1 grade, it's more or less 10 grades, because we speak about 0826 at Otopen and 0725 at Baneasa. The airports are very close to each other at less than 8 kilometers, so it's normal to have the same wind direction on both airports.
Isn't it a problem?
No, it is not a problem. We can operate as an airport with 3 runways if you want. 2 runways, parallel runways at Otopen and 1 at Baneasa, more or less parallel.
Because someone can land at Baneasa instead of Otopeni.
Sure, Baneasa was always the reserve airport for Otopen, and it was not a surprise to have a heavy fog at Otopen and clear sky at Baneasa, even with this very small distance of 8 kilometers.
Hello, Dorin. Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you again.
And thank you to meet us at Baneasa, the first air show after the pandemic. We're very lucky, very happy to be here. What are the major strengths and weaknesses for the Romanian aviation at present?
Oh, that's a very difficult question. I think we can talk until tomorrow. I'm in this industry for the last 43 years, unfortunately. The main strength is really we are having quite a strong new generation, which is learning from us. This is why we are here with the flying school. And I trust them quite strong that we are in good hands. There is somebody to pay my pension also. Weaknesses, you know, it was difficult to recover quite fast after this pandemic. And I think nobody expected that traffic is growing up so fast. And mainly we got here what you call the wave, influence of the wave from the west. All the time they were in scarcity of resources, especially manpower, which reflected here in the number of lost baggages, people that missed connections and things like that. But in the end, we manage, and I hope there is good future. There are new airlines starting in Romania, so we are optimistic. There are people investing in the airline business. So I think we have, I would say, a good start again.
How is the Romanian aviation industry structured at present?
Well, in terms of civil aviation traffic of airlines, low-cost carriers are quite strong in Romania. The largest is Wizz Air for the time being at many Romanian airports. Then we have Blue Air, a local company, which is quite known for a long time. And then our state company, Tarom. But as I said, there are some new airlines showing up, and people investing in the business. I think it's difficult to, if I would say names, maybe I forget somebody and somebody will get angry. But I'm optimistic, I'm very optimistic. Things are moving seriously in the air transport industry here. And we have good prospects for future. In the field of building aircrafts, we are here in the premises of Romaero, which is a factory which is producing aircraft structures and is repairing aircrafts. And also Blue Air has got its maintenance here, and the air show will be here, so everything is closed for some days, unfortunately. But fortunately for us that we have this opportunity to present to public and maybe get some new clients in the flying school.
How about regulations? Do they help or do they obstruct the development? How do you cope with regulations? Well,
you know, we follow EASA regulations as it is in Bulgaria also, and as it is in the whole Europe. In the end, it depends on the authorities how they are implementing the regulation. Really, we need a strong authority because that would show that operators are well established also and they are safe for public. So I think in respect of regulations, we always complain they are too tough. And from my historical experience, I think the present regulations, if we are to say, they are a bit too bureaucratic, a lot of paperwork to do, but that's a result of historical experience, and you know, statistics are showing that the number of incidents and accidents are going down, so that's good experience for everybody.
Is the state helping or not very much?
We have a dispute with the state, really, because there are, we have an association of private operators here in aviation, and they always complain the state is not investing into projects and ideas of private people and companies, and the state is only investing in its own flying school, in the air club, and that's it. And they are not supporting really projects of people which are putting their money and their enthusiasm in aviation, and they would deserve really to have some more support. So that's, I would say, a debate with the state, a fight.
We were at Tuzla Airport 2 weeks ago, and they say there that they need customs office for like Bulgarian planes who want to land in Tuzla. They have to go to another airport to pass customs or vice versa. Why is that?
Well, These are the regulations for the time being. Unfortunately, there is not enough flexibility in respect of customer and immigration on small airports. I understood if you go to Western Europe and land with coming from out of Schengen area, you can get some services of customer and immigration easier. There is no flexibility, I think, here. If you need customs, you need to obtain a government decision for that, which is not so easy. We are trying for the last 10 years, I think, to do that.
What do you think of this planned investment in Otopeni and Baneasa to expand, modernize terminals, runways, taxiways, before potentially thinking about privatization, concession? It's a new model. It is different from the Serbs, like, for example, and Bulgaria.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there is an intention to privatize. Of course, different political parties are showing up different programs of development for every branch of life and of economy. But investment is necessary everywhere because infrastructure somewhere remain behind. I mean, there are areas where you don't have enough space to park aircrafts sometime. The airport in Otopeni, the passenger terminal itself, proved in the last period that it is quite small, and we have a lot of crowded areas, and I hope we all try to sort it out. I hope we do handling in the airport for several airlines, and we try to serve our clients as civilized as possible. If they build another terminal, that would be, I would say, a very, very good development also in terms of parking space and runways, and we need it.
What kind of cooperation could we have between Bulgaria and Romania in the field of airlines, pilots, airline associations, private pilot schools?
Well, there are many things to do. I use different opportunities to come to events aviation events in Bulgaria, and I have many friends there, and we try to work together as much as we can. For instance, we produce, I will show you a guide, VFR guide for Romania. That means all airports, airfields, everything, and the rules to fly VFR in Romania. And we have database and have everything prepared to do it for Bulgaria. But yet we had no interest for that. We are trying to promote pilot shop. We translate in Bulgaria our pilot shop offers, and we have a lot of I would say pilots, general aviation, which are working and buying from a pilot shop here. I hope you will see them, because it's quite a big organization also. We have made all these efforts to support the development of general aviation, and we try, we have friends in Silistra, we have friends in Varna, Burgas, and in the small airports, airfields nearby, and we try to work together from time to time. It would be nice if we can fly directly from Tuzla to Silistra or some other way, and I understand, I did not think, but that could be either we join Schengen together, or as you said, why don't we create a Romanian-Bulgarian Schengen between ourselves and just share our businesses and ease the traffic between the two countries.
Yes, my name is Razvan-Alexandru Soare, student pilot at RAS Tuzla, in finishing stages of the school, profession as an engineer, aerospace engineer in particular, 33 years old.
Why did you decide to become pilot after being airspace engineer?
Well, I always wanted to be a pilot. Originally I wanted to be a military pilot, but due to a health issue when I was younger, I was unable to follow that dream. So I decided to become an engineer instead in the field a few years ago when the health condition subsided. And while I was working in the UK, the pandemic hit. So I was thinking, okay, this is my chance now to do this one. If I don't do it now, there's very little chance I'll find another opportunity or excuse to do it.
So the pandemic helped you. And what motivates young people to become pilots now in Romania? What do you think?
I think it's also the idea of flight. The idea that you can do something that not everybody else can. Everybody can be an engineer or an economist or a lawyer, but generally aviation is seen as something different for people that have a passion for this or might be slightly...
What are the major challenges for aviation now? What do you think?
Currently, I think it's getting back to the situation that it was pre-pandemic, particularly with staffing. Over the pandemic period, there have been a lot of layoffs, and most airlines that had a cadet program generally was designed to replace people that would have normally left. But now some of them have had reduction up to 40–60% in personnel, and the ramp up is going to be very fast. Well, we're already seeing the pilot shortages in some situations. Some of them have already left the industry, some have left because they've reached the pension age. Some of them have lost their medical licenses, and there aren't that many people coming into the profession because even though some might want to, let's be honest, it's not exactly cheap. It's not a cheap profession, and it takes dedication, anywhere from a year and 3/4 to 2.5 years of studying, work.
How do you see the major challenges for Romania in aviation? It's a country with very long tradition, very rich aviation tradition.
The idea for Romania is, one, there aren't that many companies, or there haven't been. A couple of companies have just started to appear in the last year or so. But the problem is, as it is, there's a lot of older pilots. It's getting new people into this industry, getting them to like it. Expositions like this one, the one that was at Clinceni earlier this year, is a good way to introduce people to, look, this is something else you can do. Something that is prestigious, has a different appeal than what everybody else might be doing. But depends on the budget as well for people. The salaries in Romania are not generally high enough for everybody to be able to afford, even the ones that might want to.
My name is Prundus Bianca. I have 24 years old. I am a student pilot at Regional Air School in Constanța from Romanian. I have chosen this profession since I was 4 years old, and I never stopped to achieve my goals, and I never stopped to dreaming.
How are you accepted among other colleagues, because it's mostly male profession as a woman pilot?
Yeah, we don't have a problem with this. Now in aviation, the women are equal with the men, and it's not. We don't have advantages or disadvantages in this profession.
What are your perspectives as a pilot in Romania?
We have a good prospection in Romanian, and I think that it's a good opportunity to apply at the company now.
Are you going to fly for a large public company?
Yeah, after the school I want to apply at a company in Romania, maybe Tarom or Blue Air. But I will see, or maybe I will stay in Tuzla, and I will be a flight instructor for the students, because I like this.
What motivates young people to become pilots in Romania now?
You have a great opportunity and it's a special job. I don't know, you have opportunity to see all world. You can see a lot of beautiful landscape. You can fly through the clouds. It's amazing. I don't know, or drink in your office on the sky. It's amazing, really.
Sure. Hi, my name is Carina. I'm 17 and I just got my first license last month. And yeah, now I'm flying with my friends, my family, and I'm having a good time.
Why did you decide to become pilot?
Well, last year I went on a flight with my family, with an instructor, and I just got in love with aviation. And after 1 week, I just went to Tuzla and signed the contract and yeah, started flying.
How expensive is it to become pilot? Who's paying for you?
My parents, they really support me because they want to see me happy. It's quite expensive, but it's a beautiful job and I really recommend it.
What are you going to be when you graduate?
Well,
school and the pilot school.
Yeah, well, I'm still in high school. I have 1 more year to finish, but after high school, I'll finish studies and go in commercial aviation.
What kind of studies do you need to become a commercial pilot?
Well, you don't need any studies. I mean, you just need to finish in high school and that's it.
Where can you learn to become pilot?
Well, I really recommend our school in Tuzla, Regional Air Service. It is a very flexible program for every kind of students. We have students from France, from Italy, Greece, Israel, and so on. And yeah, I really like there. And now I'm working there too.
When it was?
I flew Soare when I was 60 years old. Yeah, with a glider in Cluj-Napoca. And after I flew when I was 20 years old in Tuzla, and it was an amazing experience. I don't know, it's strange because the flight instructor is not with you and you are with the airplane, and in case of emergency, for example, it's matter to be very confident in you and stay strong.
Were you excited? Were you afraid? What did you feel?
Exciting. It was amazing, really.
How did they accept you? How did they welcome you after you landed?
There it's a tradition in Romania, and after the flight solo, they will put in the, I don't know how I can say,
Spice.
in the spice, yeah.
The spice?
Yeah, yeah. You will remove all, and a lot of students come and put in the spice. Really.
Oh, it was awesome. I was very excited, but I wasn't nervous. I mean, I was very confident on myself, and I really liked it. Now I can fly with my mom, my dad, my family, and they are really happy to fly with me. So.